Shankara Namah Shivaya. Girija Shankara Namah Shivaya.
Hi friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. So we will start our discussion with the very first nakshatra in the family of the 27 nakshatras. So the nakshatra which we are going to discuss today is the ASHWINI Nakshatra. And the way I have divided this whole discussion on each nakshatra is into three parts. In the very first part, we will try to have a clarity on the symbol attached to that particular nakshatra, the deity associated with that particular nakshatra in consideration, and we will also try to understand the nature and functioning of that nakshatra. In the second part, we will try to understand the gender, the caste, the auspicious and the inauspicious activities which you can think about taking into the time period of that particular nakshatra. And in the last part, we will try to get into the core of the functioning of that particular nakshatra, because all of these nakshatras can be further classified into 4 padas or the 4 charnas, so which will just take you to the core and to the essence of that particular nakshatra. So whole discussion on all the nakshatras will be carried on 3 parts. So in the very first part, where we have to begin our discussion on the Ashwini Nakshatra, before we'll start our discussion, just a quick recap of all what we have studied in the last video, the introductory video. We have discussed that nakshatra is very important. It is the essence of the Vedic astrology, which is more moon driven, which is a sidereal system, because unless and until you do not have a strong hold on these nakshatras, first of all, you will not be able to get into the core of someone's personality, because planets, transiting the zodiac sign is not going to give you clarity, nor you will be able to make accurate predictions. Let's say even the daily transit, you will not be able to read. The moon, which has been studied for studying the daily behavior, moon remains in a zodiac sign for 2.5 days. But when it comes down to studying the pattern on daily basis, you need to study the nakshatras, because moon transits each nakshatra for a single day only. And the most importantly, nakshatras are also used for taking out the auspicious time, the muhurta. A child is named on basis the fact when he was born, the moon was transiting the which nakshatra, in which pada, the alphabet, the vowel sound which you will get, that is being believed that it is the voice of the soul. So by taking into consideration that alphabet, naming the child accordingly, you are connecting that body with his soul, with his existing, with his destined path in this life. And even the Vimshotri Dasha, the which Dasha period you will begin your life with, also gets calculated because of these nakshatras. So these all we have studied in the last video. Now when it comes to the Ashwini Nakshatra, the very first nakshatra, this nakshatra gets ruled by the planet Ketu, and it falls in the domain, in the jurisdiction of the Aries zodiac sign. So we have the first zodiac sign, which is Aries, which is 30-degree long, and as you people know, each zodiac sign carries the energy of 3 different nakshatras. So we have the first nakshatra, which is the Ashwini, we have the second nakshatra, which is the Bharani, and we have the third nakshatra, which is the Kritika. So right now we are going to have our discussion on this Ashwini Nakshatra. So as you can see, first of all, see, Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, the fiery planet Mars. The Ashwini is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the south node of the moon, which is the planet Ketu. So now you can expect that you are going to have a discussion on a very fiery planet, because it is being made by the energy of 2 very fiery planets, Mars and the Ketu. So when it comes to first with understanding the symbol attached to the Ashwini Nakshatra, so it has been allotted 2 symbols. First symbol is the head of a horse, because see, in any case, even if you go by the the zodiac system wise, so Aries represents the head of the Kalpurusha. When it comes to the Ashwini Nakshatra, it represents the symbol of a horse's head. And the second symbol attached to it is 2 horses, carrying a carriage, 2 different horses carrying a carriage, carrying 2 men. These horses can be seen as Nasatya and the Dashra. So these are the name of these 2 horses. Now when it comes to the deity attached to this, the deity attached to this nakshatra is the Ashwini Kumars, the celestial horsemen, who have been believed to possess the knowledge of herbs, knowledge of Ayurveda, even the knowledge of the Brahm Vidya, the power of creation. And in order to understand more about these celestial horsemen, the Ashwini Kumars, you need to have little bit knowledge about the doctrines, about these Vedic teachings. It has been believed that these Ashwini Kumars are the children of the sun god, the Vivaswan. You know, there is a mythological story that sun was so bright, his luminance was so bright that his wife Sanjana was not able to endure that brightness, that heat for longer time. So she put her own shadow known as the Chaya, or in many texts it has been written as that she was the housemaid instead of her, and she went away. When she came back, she realized that sun has fallen in love with her shadow, with her housemaid, which made her feel betrayed. She went away to the forest and turned into a female horse, into a mare. When sun realized his mistake, he even galloped chasing her. They remained in that meadow, in that forest, and and because of their union, the child Ashwini Kumars are born. So this is what the mythological story behind that is. Now when it comes to the power of these Ashwini Kumars, they have the knowledge of herb, they have the knowledge and the power to heal. Apart from that, it has been believed that these Ashwini Kumars are so strong, so powerful, that they can even bring dead back to life. They can even cure any kind of impotency, any kind of sexual diseases, or any kind of marital disharmony, or the couples going through marital problems. They have the capacity to fix that, they have the capacity to heal that. And even there this concern, there this knowledge is also widespread to the animals as well. There are so many stories in our Vedic doctrines where it has been believed that Ashwini Kumars are helping all those people, animal, birds who are coming in their way. So this is all what is about the first deity attached to this Ashwini Nakshatra. The second deity attached to Ashwini Nakshatra is the Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha, who is worshipped before getting into any task, who is the remover of all the obstacles, who is being also attached to the beginnings. So the second deity is the Lord Ganesha, and the third deity is the one of the trine god, the Lord Brahma, because in Hinduism there are three gods: Lord Brahma, who is the creator; Lord Vishnu, who is the protector; and Lord Shiva, Lord Mahesha, who is the destructor. So Lord Brahma, who is attached to the creation, is being also attached to this nakshatra. So we have the Ashwini Kumars, we have the Lord Ganesha, and we have the Lord Brahma attached as the three deities to this nakshatra. When it comes to the nature and functioning of this nakshatra, I have already explained to people that this nakshatra carries the energy of the planet Mars, of the Ketu, and along with that, Sun exalts on this portion of the Aries zodiac sign. So it also carries the energy of the sun. So what we can expect? We can expect too much of the energy, too much of the impulse, and just because see, Ketu is ruling it. So Ketu is a planet without the head. So we can expect too much of the impulsiveness, strong intuition, all of that gets infused in the nature and functioning of this nakshatra. So these people are filled with energy, dynamism, they are always in rush, always in hurry to do things. They remain to be very helpful, and they have the possess the power and the potential to heal someone, to counsel someone, to help someone. This is something which they acquire from the presiding deity, which is the Ashwini Kumars. When it comes to their own personality, so these people look bit young compared to their real age, specifically if Ashwini is rising on the ascendant. Apart from that, they have a very happy to go lucky disposition, very carefree, little bit of the carefree attitude, and even their sense of humor remains to be very good. Apart from that, when it comes to their specifically about their personality, so they remain bit concerned about how they look, how the other people are perceiving them. So for them, spending a lot of time in their wardrobe, in their health, joining the good fitness clubs remains to be of paramount importance. Apart from that, they are not very heavy eaters, they are very moderate eaters, and there is one peculiar thing about them: they just want to have very unique identity in this world. So whichever field they have chosen, they want people to see them as unique in their chosen field. They want to be best in their chosen particular field. So this is all what we get to know as a part of the personality of these Ashwini Nakshatra people. Now in the next two videos, we will have furthermore in-depth discussion on this particular nakshatra. So this is all what I wanted to say as my take on the very first nakshatra, which is the Ashwini Nakshatra. See, Ashwini is all about energy. Even the negative side of it is, too much of the stubbornness, too much of the obstinacy, too much of the aggression, which can be seen in the chart of the Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler had his sun exalted in the Ashwini Nakshatra. And in the positive side, even the Bruce Lee had, the martial artist who was known for his quickness, about his agility. Even he had his, nakshatra Ashwini rising on his ascendant. So this is all what I wanted to say as my take on this nakshatra. For further more updates and notification on astrology, please subscribe my channel and like my Facebook page. Thanks.
शिवो